Lesson 7. Part 1. Batter. There is someone battering at the door. You'd better let him in. Clutch. The mother clutched her baby in her arms. Contemplate. The police contemplated various kinds of trouble after the football match between the two universities. Garbage. Please leave your garbage in a can outside the door. Obstacle. A fallen tree across the road was an obstacle to our car. Pious. She is a pious woman who goes to church every morning. Regulate. The school adopted new rules to regulate the behavior of students. My watch is losing time. I will have to regulate it. Riot. The riot during the election was put down by the police. Shovel. We had better move this tree to our garden. Would you please bring the shovel? Stately. We were much impressed by the general's stately appearance. Tow. They towed the wrecked car to the nearest garage. Upset. Her plans were upset by the change of the weather. Vex. His father was vexed by the child's impolite behavior. Part 2. Communism. Communism is expressed in various movements, but Russian Sovietism is often referred to as a good sample. Dignify. They dignified her job by giving her a special title. Disaster. A great flood, fire, earthquake, or great loss of money is a disaster. Gloom. The maple shade provided him with a rich gloom for sleeping. Hospitable. He is hospitable to anybody. He likes to give attention to the needs of others. Infant. The woman was carrying an infant in her arms. Mature. You mustn't be jealous when your sister gets presents. You must learn to behave in a more mature way. Prejudice. She has a prejudice against popular music. Simplify. The theory was simplified to make it easier to understand. Tranquil. After he retired, he lived a tranquil life in the country. Unworthy. You shouldn't trust him. He is unworthy of your trust. Valid. His objections to the plan on the basis of cost are valid. Part 3. A lie. The workers of the factories allied against the big employers and asked them for better wages. Approximate. The approximate length of a meter is 40 inches. The exact length is 39.37 inches. Approximate. Your account of what happened approximates the truth, but there are several small errors. Athlete. The young athlete was much admired for his speed. Certify. This diploma certifies that you have completed high school. Coincide. My religious beliefs and yours do not coincide. Convey. A truck conveyed my furniture to my new home. Discreet. It wasn't discreet of you to call him around midnight. Evolve. The British political system has evolved over several centuries. Identify. The good king identified the well-being of his people with his own. I could identify the coat at once. It was my brother's. Radiate. The sun radiates light and heat. Supervise. The architect supervised the building of the house. Torrent. A torrent of water swept down the valley. Part 4. Anniversary. My parents invited their friends to their 30th wedding anniversary. Barracks. You can't expect soldiers to live in a barracks like that. Creed. Honesty is the best policy, was his creed through his whole life. Drip. We have to fix the roof. Water is dripping down from the ceiling. Hound. A good hound should have a sharp sense of smell. Jerk. As the water was unexpectedly hot, he jerked his hand out. As he stopped the car with a jerk, we were all thrown to the floor. Mold. The artist molded the clay into a figure of a child. Paste. The clerk used thick paste to put the label on the package. Patron. She has been a patron of this store for many years. The patrons of the museum contributed the money for the new museum building. Razor. John shaved off his beard with an electric razor. Slap. She slapped the boy on the cheek for disobedience, and he began to cry. Suicide. The police think that the death was by suicide. Telegraph. Mother sent me a message by telegraph that she would arrive home by an afternoon plane.